Simone, you've had an opportunity to speak with an employee who just happened to walk up, and also most recently the mayor of Collierville.
Yes, Zanetta. So as we are hours into this investigation, you can imagine the feelings that people had yesterday are the same feelings that remain this morning. People are saddened, people are heartbroken, and people have a lot of questions. I spoke with that woman who works here at this Collierville Kroger. She says she's only been working here since May, but she's worked for the company for about 20 years. She was actually on lunch break when all of this happened. So for the last few hours, she has been replaying these moments over and over again in her head, thinking about the fact that she could have been inside of this Kroger here. She also hasn't heard from some of her colleagues, so she is worried that some of them could be hurt this morning. When those officers entered the store, they found multiple people shot and employees in hiding. I actually spoke with a man off camera this morning. He was one of those people that hid inside of one of the coolers here. He said he was inside for about 8 to 10 minutes. Very, very scary moments for him, of course. He said he was with some family members as well. Someone else who was very emotional with me this morning is the mayor of the town of Collierville. He has actually been out of town since September 10th. He came back into town last night around 7:30 when he was getting all of the alerts to his phone about what happened. I want you to take a listen to some of his sound here.
Cities that have reached out to us where something devastating like this has happened, and just thought, my gosh, I hope I never have to do that, but here I am. We are a family, and I know that the whole town is grieving, and but we'll make it through this.
Yeah, he actually started tearing up in that interview there. Someone else who I spoke with this morning, a Kroger employee, she has been working at this Collierville store since May, but she has been working for Kroger for about 27 years or so. She said she was actually on lunch break when this man came into the store and started shooting. When she came back into the parking lot, she had already gotten a call from her husband and some family members about what happened. Take a listen to what she had to say, because she says that she would see the suspect all the time, every day, when she would come inside of the store.
We've had several people with run-ins with him in the store, and they say he would cough their way, and then they would get into it like that, or and people say they say good morning to him and he would curse them out. Came on around and I seen some of my coworkers, some had been shot. It was just a bad scene, something like out of a dream. It was crazy.
Yeah, these are your colleagues we're talking about here. Have you talked to some of them since all of this happened, how they're doing?
Well, we met up over by the auto parts store.
Alex, Mary Beth, Crime Tape. This is what you will see all around this area in front of the Kroger in Collierville. Again, another look at what we are setting up right now. So we're getting ready in just the next couple of minutes, setting up for this press conference here. It begins again at 10 o'clock this morning, where we are hoping to learn all of the answers to the questions that we have about this suspect, the gunman, and about why this all happened. Well, Alex, first I want to get to the name of the suspect, because we literally just got that information confirmed right now. So as far as what we know, this is from police. We know the police chief didn't want to mention this in the press conference. He said he didn't want to give him any acknowledgement. He wanted to focus on the victims in this case. So we know that the name of this suspect right now is UK Thang. Now, we're not sure of the pronunciation. We're going to have to get that checked out, but it's UK space last name Thang. His date of birth 10/17/91. So that information literally just coming into our newsroom. I just grabbed that from the chief there. So just think about that. And then I spoke with someone else who came back to this scene. She was actually on lunch break, and then she came back to this hectic scene, and she was just trying to make sure her colleagues were okay. So again, information coming out of the press conference today that 15 people were shot, them hospitalized. I want to toss it to my colleague, Quimitra Wilborn. She is at Regional 1 Hospital with an update. And Quimitra, I know there was a press conference this afternoon at 11. What's the latest?
It all happened in the matter of minutes.
Because of the training, equipment furnished to us, they saved lives. We got in quick and got out quick.
There were bloody people running out of that building, and there was not one blue uniform that hesitated.
And it all started with the citizens' call about an active shooter inside this Collierville Kroger.
He was actually in this parking lot as soon as the call went out, and then immediately cars began coming into the area.
Collierville Police Chief Dale Lane gave a Friday morning update on the horrific events that occurred inside the Kroger store in Collierville Thursday afternoon.
The number of shot is 15 now. They're in stable condition. Thankfully, our prayers were answered. We didn't lose anybody overnight.
Of those 15 people, 9 victims are employees, 5 customers. 1 died, Miss Olivia King.
I ask that you remember the King family in your prayers.
Police didn't confirm if the gunman had a motive or targeted the people inside, but they did identify him, 29-year-old Uk Tang. He worked for a third-party vendor for Kroger. Several agencies searched his vehicle and backpack to ensure there were no additional threats. Police say Tang had previous misdemeanor arrest charges, but nothing to the extent of this violent crime. Police confirm at some point Thursday, Tang was asked to leave the Kroger store. As we began to speak with more employees Friday, they gave insight on how he was as a colleague and what he would do.
It was the little guy in the sushi place. And I was like, but I knew that they walked, I thought went back to, in my mind, they walked him out this morning. They should have went on and called the police.
Police continue to stress the importance of the quick action of first responders and the people inside of the store.
We removed people from freezers, closets, hiding between pallets of groceries.
Their efforts and heroism certainly saved countless lives.
I've been in the fire service for 44 years, right here in the town of Collierville, and I've never been so proud of a group of people in my life.
Reporting in Collierville, Simone Woolridge, WREG News Channel 3.